Hey you Simish knaves, Samwise from Mahalo here with a review of The Sims Medieval for PC and Mac.
Verily in vermouth. Sorry. The Sims Medieval is the latest in a long line of Sims games, built with a similar engine to the recently released Sims 3, but a whole separate gaming experience. In The Sims Medieval, the player controls several members of a medieval kingdom community, starting with the powerful monarch, to his personal knight, spy, wizard, and even the village bard and merchant. Each character can be customized to a fun degree, which allowed me to make my wizard in the image of Magic Johnson. Because I can. The Sims Medieval is a slight departure for the Sims franchise, as the game plays more linearly and more like an RPG than past games. The player is given a series of quests to complete, and doing so successfully increases the player's rank and statistics, making day-to-day chores easier. But, man, those chores. Oh, those chores. Just like past Sims games, Sims Medieval is filled with daily requirements that you have to do whether you like it or not if you want to keep your character from dying. Your character must sleep, eat, drink, piss, shop, and complete daily requirements depending on the character. The king must pass edicts, listen to protests, and perform daily diplomacy with other nations, while the bard must entertain people with his fancy little lute. The wizard has to concoct spells, the merchant has to sell crap, and everyone will have to pay taxes. Oh boy, taxes.
Basically all the things we do in real life, but of course sped up and in a silly language.
What I found most striking about The Sims Medieval is that this change to the fantastic setting of a fictional middle-aged time really highlights what I've always found to be The Sims' biggest failure.
It's not a game, at least one I would ever want to play.
Well, let's see what I'm talking about. Let's look at a particular quest in The Sims Medieval. As the kingdom's only wizard, Magic Johnson, I have been tasked with destroying a family of goblins in a nearby cave. Normally, that would sound pretty cool, right? In most games, the quest would start and end with the goblin killing, because that's the cool part. See, most games just show you the cool parts. In Call of Duty, you spend most of your time running around and shooting people, because that's the cool part of warfare. The less cool part of warfare is digging ditches, doing latrine duty, and slowly going depressed from your wife cheating on you back home. And, you know, the dying and stuff. I'm all for taking different creative approaches with video games, but The Sims Medieval's approach is completely indifferent to doing anything fun. You send your wizard into a cave and, well, you don't see anything. You don't see any goblin killing. You don't see nothing. You just read about it in a little screen later on. The quest itself is made up of sleeping, traveling around, sleeping, more traveling, more sleeping, more traveling, and it just gets monotonous. When it's time to do some goblin killing, you don't even get to see it happen. You don't even get to see little goblins.
When you promise goblin killing, I want to see some f***ing goblin killing.
This is the exact opposite thing from what I believe video games are supposed to do. I play games to fly through space, blow up Ewoks, and to kill goblins. Things I can't do in real life.
At least not without some child-sized costumes, some explosives, and a very quick trip to jail.
I guess The Sims just isn't for me, but for fans of the series, I guess there's a lot of fun to be had here. The amount of customization in the game is staggering, allowing players to dress and customize their characters however they want, and changing the decor of any building is pretty fun. The game also never ends. There's an almost endless list of quests to complete, and the ones you do complete are recycled over and over again, changing depending on which character the player decides to accomplish the task at hand with. While that adds to the length of the game, it feels cheap, especially when you're asked to find the same missing child 12 times. With no clear end in sight, the game could conceivably last forever as you slowly build your characters up and up and up. But I have to admit, running a kingdom is much more fun than other Sims games in the past where getting a new jacuzzi was cause of jubilation. That is, until you realize you just wasted 4 hours of your life trying to get a digital bathtub you can't actually sit in, instead of spending time with your kids or walking your dog.
I hope you feel happy, you parent.
Basically, the question comes down to this. Do you like The Sims? If you do, then The Sims Medieval is right up your alley. It's got everything you want. It doesn't change the formula of old Sims games very much, and the stuff that it changes, well, you know, I think it makes it a little bit better. But if you want to play games that don't make you feel depressed about your actual life, or highlight how much time you're wasting on a game where all you're doing is eating and sleeping, I would suggest something else. Maybe Call of Grand Theft Space Marine Hammer of God 7.
I hear that one has jetpacks.
I give The Sims Medieval a 2.5 out of 5.